Hi everyone.
What the crap?
Welcome to Gary and the Nickelback
start
boys.
The show without me.
This
No.
is gonna be
No.
the Nickelback edition.
Dude,
of
turn
the
this off.
Gary and Justin podcast.
Are you kidding me?
That
Gary,
was the intro song, and welcome back to the show. We wanted to start off the show by saying that Nickelback
That is not true at all.
is
I'm
our
sorry for all you
favorite-
listeners that had to listen to that. I deeply apologize. But turn that off. I will beat Gary later for this.
Nickelback is our favorite band.
It's not true.
We want to start off every show with a Nickelback song, just so that way, we can kind of get the exposure out there. And Nickelback is just a quality band. I just wanted to get that out there. Kind of like get the train rolling on that bandwagon.
No.
So that way, when they blow up one day, because they're gonna blow up one day.
One day, yeah.
I'll be the one to be like leading the bandwagoners on all the way to Nickelback.
You're gonna be the conductor of that train.
Of that train.
Really?
I'm gonna conduct them all the way to Nickel City.
No.
Nickelback land.
Nickel City. Nickelback land. I can see it in headlights. Nickel
And then
City.
we'll get like Nicolas Cage to promote Nickelback.
Oh yeah.
Because we want Nickelback
We
to
want
play
Nickel
in
back.
more movies. More Nicolas Cage Nickelback crossover movies. Like if Nicolas Cage was in Spider-Man and then they played that song at the end of the first Spider-Man, that would be the ideal kind of like movie. Like Nicolas Cage's Spider-Man would be pretty good.
Gary, we're not in 2005 anymore. Okay, we need to advance our times. It's like a whole decade later.
I think we need to go back.
To Nickelback.
We need Nickelback. We need to go Nickelback.
Back to Nickelback.
Yeah, back to Nickelback. Their tour, Back to Nickelback tour, 2015. It's like going back to 2005 when everything was really good.
Back to 2005 when everything was really good.
Like this, if you're a 2005 kid, you never seen those on Facebook?
Never.
Never?
I've never seen a 2005 kid. I'd love to meet one. I'd love to meet a 2005 kid
2005
who's
kid?
like, oh, back in 2005, those were the good old days.
Those were. Oh man, do you remember back in the day those 2005 commercials? Like this, if you remember 2005 commercials.
Maybe you should create a BuzzFeed about that.
But I think I should make a whole website about that. Call it Crap Feed.
Crap feed?
Crap Feed, because we're feeding
Crap?
feeding on crap, but like it's in a good way. Clearly
It's in a good way.
a good way.
Yeah, the whole 2005 era sounds like a great...
Well, the 2005 era produced some of the best innovations in medicine and homeopathic remedies.
Okay, name a few. I'm curious.
Homeopathy is one.
Homeopathy? What is that?
It's like where you like use your hands to kind of just like hover above the body and you use thermal energy to like help cure cancer.
Okay.
It's
Kind of like Mr. Miyagi type stuff?
Yeah, actually 2005 was when they first thought about redoing The Karate Kid, which was probably one of the best remakes.
Of all time. Yeah.
Of all time.
I mean, it's always like if you have any classic movie and you reboot it and have the main character now be black, it's guaranteed like success in box office.
No question. That was 2005 was when that started.
Okay.
That was when that started. That's
why it's the good old days.
That's part of the reason. That's part of the thing that I miss. I want to go back to that.
Okay.
I want to go back to more of those just crazy ideas. Like think about that. No, in 2005 we were ahead of our time. In 2005 we were like talking about that was when YouTube came out. That was when when Microsoft came out. That was for the first time.
Microsoft came out in 2005.
That was when iPods came out for the first time. That was when we sent men to the moon. We sent women to the moon. I mean, like we sent things to the moon.
Anything.
In 2000, we sent lots of things to the moon in 2005. I mean, the government was trustworthy. 2005. I mean, I can't trust anything that darn communist Obama
Does now.
says nowadays.
Okay.
I mean, back in the day, 2005, we had President George Bush
Yes.
go into the Persian Gulf. That was, I mean, that's what I'm saying. It's just like 2005 was a time of peace. There was no fighting. I don't think there was a single war in 2005. Name one. Name one.
I can't name a war.
I'm pretty sure
2005?
Spider-Man and Nickelback were
We're
around.
saving the day.
We're back in the day, exactly.
There was
That's
no
when-
war because Spider-Man was saving the
And
day.
Nickelback had their farewell tour in 2005.
Well, in 2005, if you think about the whole Spider-Man thing, that was kind of like before the whole superheroes were like big. You know, you had no Avengers or anything like that going on. You know, only
Legit.
Spider-Man. Spider-Man was like the only hero.
The only Avenger.
Yeah,
It was. Yeah, he was like the first Avenger.
like was Batman even out yet?
Think
I don't
so.
even know if they made a single Batman movie before
It
2005.
might have been out in 2005.
It might have been 2005. Was
2005 might have
the
been the
debut?
start.
Oh, okay.
See, that's what I'm saying. I feel like modern history, if they were in the textbooks, they'll probably say 2005 is a critical turning point in the world of modern medicine and homeopathy and
So if you could go back
floriculture.
and be raised in any time, would you say you'd want to be like born in 2005?
2005
You want to
kid,
be a
yeah.
2005 kid?
I want to be a 2005 kid. They had it the best.
So you're born like a decade late.
I feel like I was born a decade early.
Early, that's what
I was born a decade early. If I was born in 2005, and I mean, like based on the trajectory of the way things are going now, I mean, what with you know, modern medicine and
Yeah.
and scientific advancements and the Industrial Revolution, I think the way it's looking,
You wouldn't even be here right now.
I wouldn't be here. I would be at Harvard, most likely.
If you were born in 2005.
If I was born in 2005, I'd probably be at Harvard.
That makes sense.
Because like everyone's just smarter.
Yeah.
I mean, kids are raised in like they have the test tube babies.
Mm-hmm.
Like they first thought of that concept and then put it in an app.
Mm-hmm.
So you can there's an app for test tube babies where you can just kind of buy a baby.
Like a genetically enhanced
Yeah,
baby.
genetically.
So it has like all the good properties of
And-
both you and your
and
mate.
like claws
Claws?
and claws.
That's a good thing.
It's amazing. I mean, how do you put claws in a baby? In a test tube. They don't even fit in the test tube. But they did it.
They did.
That was 2005. Ring 2005 called. They want their innovations back.
Wait, so if all that happened in 2005, then it wouldn't necessarily be in place at that moment. So if you were born, you wouldn't have claws. You'd have to be born after 2005 in order to get claws, right? Or did all that happen like a little bit before 2005?
It was all
like in place.
the same year.
Okay.
It's all this like the beginning of 2005, and then like
so you'd
December.
want to be like
December 2005. Yeah.
like when all that stuff is in
That was before
action.
2012, so the world had not ended yet.
That is true. Good math.
So I mean,
2005 is before 2012.
yeah. So basically, what I'm trying to say is that everything sucks now,
Yes.
and then we just need to go
No.
back to 2005.
Okay. Okay. I find that interesting. Everything sucks now.
Everything, absolutely everything, anything you can
You
think
can't
of.
think of anything better.
No, nothing, absolutely nothing, other than the fact that we are able to look back on 2005.
Okay.
Like it's basically like the only reason that 2015 is any good is because we have the ability to like look through our telescopes back at 2005. It's no lie.
And like look at 2005 and be like, oh look, that's like when life was good.
Yes.
Not now.
No.
Back then.
Like I'm pretty sure I saw a homeless guy the other day. There's no homeless people in 2005.
Well, because it's before the
homeless
economic downfall.
The homeless revolution
Yeah.
of 2008. See, think about
Yeah.
that. 2006, there was like some oil spill. 2007, there was like
Like
the
a big fire,
Chinese
right?
New Year,
There were fires in 2007.
Japanese New Year.
Yeah, those are bad.
And yeah, you don't want those to happen. And that happened in 2007. 2009, I think it was like the 999 like crisis, religious crisis in the
Oh
Middle
yeah,
East.
999 is like the bad number,
Is
right?
the bad number.
Okay.
And then there's in 2010, people were a little angry.
Well, it's just like a completely new decade.
Because it was a new decade, and they didn't get to fix
Yeah.
what went wrong in the last
They,
decade.
they were I'm pretty sure in 2010 that was when we had the whole like the internet crisis thing where we're like, oh my gosh, internet's gonna take over the world. Like world's gonna end. 2010. Computers,
the AI
AOL,
bots,
like,
AOL almost took over
happen.
the world.
Yeah,
in 2010.
pretty sure that's what
That
happened.
was a bad way to start off the decade.
Yeah. So from then, I mean, we got a little bit better, but we're not nearly
now we
as
can,
close to what we were.
Yeah, I agree. So that's the thing is that we have to look back at the innovations of 2005. Like you know that new movie Her that was like last year.
Yeah.
Not really a good it was a good movie, but not really a new movie.
Isn't that the movie about the little girl that gets born and is raised
inside of a telephone?
Oh, that's not what I was thinking, but that you're probably right.
Yeah, basically what happens is Scarlett Johansson gets put inside of a telephone, and people are able to have sex with their iPhones.
Wait,
with Siri,
like Black Widow.
Yeah.
Okay, so Black Widow.
It's like the prequel to the Avengers. It's basically like a guy having sex with his iPhone, and it's like really cool because that concept was around in 2005. People. For the first time thought, wow, phones are a really good thing to have sex with. And that's what Her is based on.
Okay.
It's because he's talking to Scarlett Johansson.
Wait, I thought that happened after 2010 and that's a bad thing.
No, it is a bad thing. Because the robots took over the world, but then we realized that it's not bad because we can have sex with them. And that was an innovation from 2005.
So it was bad in 2010, but in 2005 we realized that what happened in 2010 wasn't actually that bad.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So that's what I'm saying. It's backwards thinking. We have to stop thinking forward. We need to just stop with progress and start with regress.
Well, because sometimes when you think forward, it like makes logical sense in your brain.
Yeah.
But when life is out to get you, you sometimes, right before you make a decision, be like, actually, I'm just going to flip my decision and try to trick the world.
It's like when you're walking across the street and a car is going at 50 miles an hour and you walk in front of it. That's because you were thinking forward. Forward thinking can be bad.
Yeah.
But if you were thinking backwards, like I need to step back, I need to walk away from the car, then you don't die. Mm-hmm. Or like when you're thinking forward, you're like, oh, I'm thinking forward to the rest of my life, but the rest of your life usually ends in death. But if you think back to the beginning of your life, it starts with being born. So basically, people need to stop thinking more, start thinking less. Like in 2005.
Okay. So everyone's trying to like have their own thought.
Exactly.
But instead, it's like stop having your own thought. Stop going to back when you had no thought at all.
Yeah, and that's when we came out with the most stuff because you're like just thinking like, oh, I don't have any thoughts. I can find more things out.
Yeah.
You
didn't need to be creative.
Like
because everything was basic.
Like bendy pens. Like why aren't those around anymore? Those were in 2005. Like you can't bend pencils anymore. They're made of wood. But back then they made them out of plastic.
It's true.
Who does that?
Yeah.
I mean the whole thing with the pencil where you shake it really fast and it like becomes rubber. Mm-hmm. That was 2005.
When that first happened.
Yeah. Or like
I could see that.
Cops and Robbers. And
Cat and Mouse.
And Tag.
Freeze Tag.
Freeze Tag? I'm telling you.
All of them? Like Tag and Freeze Tag?
Yeah.
Well, that's because a year's a long time. Right? And so like Freeze Tag came out, right, at the beginning of 2005. Mm-hmm. And then people were like, why do I have to be frozen? Why can't I just be it?
Yeah.
And people were like, I don't know, that's kind of a good idea.
People didn't want to be frozen, they wanted to be tangled.
Yeah.
So they just were like...
No more Freeze Tag, only Tangle Tag.
Tangle Tag. Or Big Hero 6 Tag.
Yeah. I never played Big Hero 6 Tag.
Me neither. I mean, that was just the next logical progression.
What's the new little kid?
It's a thing
now.
It's a thing. But it's another reason why 2005 was better.
Yeah.
Now they have Big Hero 6 Tag, and who knows what that is. Mm-hmm. I mean...
I just want to get back to Frozen Tag.
I agree. That's what I think. If I could sum up this show in word, it would be. You're gonna guess. Are you thinking what I'm thinking right now?
No.
Okay, we're gonna both say the word at the same time. Ready?
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Potato.
Lasagna.
Ah.
Oh!
I was close though.
We were both thinking about food.
Well, if you think about it, like lasagna's made out of potatoes, so we were pretty
were
close.
made in 2005.
That's true.
So basically, what I want to do is just to end off the show. I wanted to let you guys know that the reason why we made the second podcast is because a lot of people were asking for it, and so we purposely ignored their requests.
That was like 3 weeks ago.
We purposely ignored their requests because we don't care about people who
If you know
watch the
anything
show.
about us from previous shows,
Yeah,
you know that we don't care.
We know that you know that we hate you.
We ride our own bike in our own lane, not the bike lane.
So we just wanted to say that the reason we came out with this now is because now no one's asking for it.
Yeah.
No one's expecting it.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, we just basically wanted to kind of, this is like the nostalgia show, kind of talking about just the good old days, good old year.
Yeah.
So,
Back when we were young and didn't wake up with back pains.
Yeah.
And leg pains and foot pains
and like getting stabbed.
Yeah. That's the worst. Don't you hate it when you wake up and you're like stabbed in the arm?
Like there's just a knife.
It's like, gosh darn it.
There's just a knife.
I forgot that I had my knife in my arm when I went to bed again. Gosh, it hurts.
It's just that's the world we live in.
That's what happens when you go to bed with your knife, you know?
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Whatever.
It happens. But we just want to sign off on this show. I think this episode was it was a success. And we got one topic out of the way. That's what we wanted.
2005. If any of you like big thinkers are out there now, just remember, stop thinking big. Go back to 2005.
Think small.
If you could get us to go back to 2005, we would greatly appreciate it.
Yep. So
just think about that for
like and
while.
subscribe and listen to a lot of Nickelback.
And watch Nicolas Cage movies.
Yeah, both of those. Those are good.